In this video, we will look at question AC 2.1, which is looking for you to explain the concept of occupational requirements within the context of employment law, specifically focusing on when it is legally permissible to specify a gender requirement for a job. Now let's think about what the question is really asking. It's looking for a detailed explanation of occupational requirements and how they fit into UK employment law. You'll want to explore the principles of discrimination law, especially as they apply to recruitment and selection. And importantly, you need to show a good grasp of when a gender requirement can actually be justified under the law. You could start by explaining the Equality Act 2010, which is the main piece of legislation governing discrimination law in the UK. Mention how this act generally prohibits gender-based discrimination, but allows for some exceptions under certain very specific conditions. An example could be something like a role requiring privacy, such as a support worker in a women's shelter, where it may be appropriate to specify that the worker should be female. Another example might be a role that involves authenticity, say, in performance, where a specific gender might be needed for the portrayal of a character. You might want to think about how proportionality and necessity are key when justifying an occupational requirement. This means that the requirement must be necessary for the role and not just convenient. Now, while these examples are helpful, remember that you'll need to research and tailor your response to fit a relevant organisation, perhaps your own or one that you're familiar with. This shows you can apply legal principles practically. Don't forget the marking criteria. For a high grade, aim to demonstrate a confident understanding, with strong examples supported by references to the Equality Act 2010. Your answer should be well structured and clearly argued, with in-text references showing evidence of wider reading. Finally, check your grammar and spelling carefully and ensure your answer is well expressed. That polished presentation shows you've put in the effort to produce a thoughtful and professional response.